Okay, I'm making another video here. It is currently about mid-September, and I'm at it. You can see I crossed the 3K MRR mark. Actually, I have a number of people. Kind of the way I'm doing it is running a free trial, but getting the card on file at the beginning. And if the current trials come through, I'll have about 3,600 MRR. So this number is kind of more reflecting the trials that have come through. I would say I probably crossed 3K more so at the beginning of the month, but I still had those folks on trial to get to come through. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. Making another update video, just documenting the journey, especially to the first 10K per month. As you can see here, I'm at about 3K, a little bit more than 3K, and yeah, just kind of making a raw, unfiltered video, honestly, just trying to think about maybe what I've learned so far, what I need to improve on, and how I'm going to keep, scaling and moving forward. I think this last month, at least on the sales side and what I'm selling reputation management right now, so automated review collection. And then I have also sold a couple extra like one message marketing and a few websites. But the lead magnet is reputation management. And I guess in terms of what I've learned, it is just I think the number one thing is that it's work. It's work, and there's no getting around it. It's going to be work and more work every day. I just need to get up, sit down at the computer, get ready to call people and get rejected, get ready to work on fulfillment. And yeah, I think I'm kind of at the point where the overwhelm is there in terms of figuring out the time allocation between sales and fulfillment. So obviously, I'm selling people. Right now I have about 26 active clients, 25 active clients, and every single one of those people is paying me for something and expecting to get a result. So these services that I'm providing are for the most part automated, but obviously, in terms of still quality checking client accounts, it's there, and making sure that people are being taken care of. So I think that's kind of my biggest struggle in terms of where I'm at in my journey now. I think at the very beginning, it was more so like, okay, I have no idea how to get clients, so how do I do that? And now it's more so, I would say that kind of extended through. Honestly, up until about 3K, I think now I'm starting to realize, okay, this is, I'm actually making money with this. It's something that not only is just, kind of the fun business that I wanted to start, but it's like I am actually making money on this. I truly believe I can scale this to 10, 20, 30K a month, 50K a month. And so just trying to figure out how to most effectively do that. I am starting to see referrals come in. I had I just had, I had another referral come in this past week, and I have another client that's planning on referring me to somebody else this upcoming week. So I'm finally starting to see kind of, at the very beginning, I heard people talking about, referrals, build your business, and you get more referrals, and you don't have to do as much outreach, or you do, but it's easier to get clients from the referrals. And I'm finally starting to see some coming through. I still am not asking for them, which I know I need to be doing. But yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm trying to think in terms of what I've learned over the last month. Um, Cold calling works. Cold calling works. I've done a lot of cold calling, and regardless of what people say about it, I think especially if you can start in your home, city or your home state and work from there, try to be as personable as possible. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working. I've gotten about 3 clients this month from cold calling alone. And yeah, I think I feel like in terms of systems, I have much better systems down on the sales side of, okay, here's how I get somebody interested, get somebody to raise their hand. Here's how I get them on a call. Here's how I, transition the sales call to an onboarding, get the card on file. I feel like that is a very step-by-step process for me now. I think maybe more so what I'm now running into, and I guess kind of the next bottleneck I need to solve for to continue growing, is the fulfillment side and kind of the back end of how do I make sure people are being checked up on while I'm still trying to scale? How do I make sure that, any problems that a client has, or anytime somebody reaches out to me for whatever reason, somebody that's currently paying, I respond to them as quick as possible, because I know people say, like, respond within 24, 48 hours, but I'm at the level where I feel like the biggest thing I have is me and my connection to these people. And obviously that's going to have to change as I scale. But right now I want to get to those issues as quickly as possible. So I think in terms of just where I'm at right now in my journey, it is learning how to correctly allocate time, because time is becoming more and more important to me in terms of realizing the trade-off of wasting an hour or two, and the effect that has in terms of other tasks getting backed up. And I've in the last few weeks, especially as I've gotten closer to the 4K mark, I'm starting to lose track of leads, and starting to lose track of conversations that I'm actively having with people that are interested but haven't come through. And I'm not working a pipeline enough to where I'm not calling these guys every day, these business owners. I am, just like this week, there are 3 or 4 leads that I know I could close, but I just simply haven't had the time to follow up with them, mainly because I'm so focused on getting more people, maybe at the top of the funnel. And that's the other thing I'm realizing. This past month, one thing that I did was I put in a 50 cold call minimum. So for the next, 2-3 months, I'm going to do 50 cold calls a day minimum, and no matter what. And what I'm realizing is that, yes, that sounds great. And I did that for about 3 weeks, and I got many clients from it, or a couple clients from it. But along with that, I also got a bunch of people that aren't clients but have expressed interest that I need to continue nurturing. And both of those things take a lot of time. Making cold calls can take an hour and a half, 2 hours if you are giving it the time that it needs. Along with that, hopping on sales calls and onboarding calls, and people no showing sales calls, and feeling like you're wasting time on that. And yeah, so there are just all sorts of things that I'm dealing with, I think more so in terms of the operation side of the business. And it's becoming clear to me that I need to start building out SOPs in terms of, here's exactly what things look like, here's how we do things, and start getting ready to think about potentially hiring a VA on the project side. So maybe when I sell somebody, being able to pass it off to another person to set up the client account, even if I'm still doing the onboarded calls. Starting to slowly kind of take myself out of everything, because right now I've gotten to this point where I've passed the 3K mark, I'm getting closer to 4K, but I am worried about client results. I don't feel like I'm accurately giving everyone the attention that they need. I am feeling overwhelmed and losing track of leads. I am, just all those things. And I want to, people always talk about working on the business versus in the business. And obviously it's me, it's all me. It's all me right now, handling these people and making all the decisions and figuring out how to continue growing. And what I want to be doing is it's a Saturday right now, and I'm going to be working all day today and all day tomorrow, and that's okay because it's exciting to me. But what I want to be doing is spending these days on, strategy and, what could maybe potential upsells be, or what are just kind of more strategical things of how can I grow the business, as opposed to, okay, I need to spend the next hour and a half setting up this client's account, and not really growing it in that way. So that is what I'm dealing with right now. I think back to thinking about my other videos, I really feel like I'm starting to understand better the process of at least getting clients in the funnel and selling people. And now, so it's more so just handling fulfillment. And I think the biggest thing overall And you can even see in this recording right now, I think I'm kind of all over the place because I'm trying to figure out what is my biggest bottleneck. I think the number one thing it comes down to right now in terms of getting ready to scale this month and reaching that next point to where I feel like I can scale to 10K or whatever it is, 5K, 6K, 7K. I think 10K is just this huge milestone. Is having the systems in place to handle more clients. So that is making sure that I have everything set up right when I sell them. I have either I'm doing it immediately or I have somebody to pass it off to, and making sure the quality is there in each setup of each client account to where I don't have to worry about it going forward of I did a bad job because I was rushing it and now things are messed up and they're not functioning correctly. And yeah, so that's it. I think the number one biggest thing for me has been mindset. Um, it's been mindset. So every day I'm waking up and I'm doing regardless of what people say about, meditation, visualization, I think it has been the number one biggest thing for me in terms of getting to this point. I think back and a couple months ago, I was at 0 clients and $0. It took me almost 2 months to get my first client. And now I'm at 25, 26, and realizing that while I want to grow so much bigger, um, that is something to still celebrate in terms of milestone and realize, okay, did that. Um, Now it's just kind of the next dragon. So what's the next thing? What's the next bottleneck? What's the next constraint to solve for to continue growing? And that's where I'm at. So I think overall, this month is a reflection on doing well with sales, but also really needing to focus more on systems and just kind of oiling the gears up and making sure everything is functioning properly on an operations and fulfillment side to where I feel like I have the project management in check and I can adequately handle these clients while also continuing to scale. Oh, and lastly, it is another biggest reflection for this month is I'm going to only start going after niches and clients that I feel like are a good fit. I think up until now, I've been signing up just about everybody I can because obviously, I want the revenue and want the clients. But I think in this next month, there are one or two clients I can think of where it's like, okay, this might not be the best fit for them long term. So preparing for potential churn and also realizing going forward in terms of the specific service I'm offering, at least now, I'm going to focus in on niches that it is the best fit for. So, you can get people in that's going to give them the most value and that will, pay you forever. Uh, and yeah, I'm super excited. I think it's been super hard to get to this point. But I'm just keep thinking back to a couple months ago, no clients, didn't make a single dollar. And now I'm here and I'm learning every day. I'm constantly humbled every day with no shows and with people telling me all sorts of things on the phone, on sales calls. I got this week for the first time ever, I got just hung up on a midway through a video sales call. Had already, built rapport with the guy, talked to him. He literally just clicked the hang up button halfway through our call, and I just started laughing, honestly. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's been an awesome journey so far. I'm going to make another video at 4K and continue this. I haven't run a single ad yet. Already starting to think about that and just continuing to build. So this is the 3K update. 4K soon.